How's it going, everyone? The PlayStation Store is running its Black Friday PSN sale, and I know there's been a variety of opinions on the sale, but I think when you look at the cheaper game offers that, the games under $10, there are certainly quite a lot of great deals that are available, and these games, you're not going to find them cheaper physically. That's been mainly my major issue when it comes to the Black Friday sale, is so many of the digital deals are available considerably cheaper. Not just cheaper, but considerably cheaper if you do buy them physically. I just saw Amazon had Star Wars Outlaws for $40, and it's $52.50 on the PlayStation Store. I wouldn't even say that game's worth $40, but I digress. It's just crazy, the discrepancy between the price points of digital versus physical. But when you look at the lower price thresholds, like we're gonna do in this video, with deals under $3, yes, you can make out like a bandit. So let's get right into it, covering the major deals that I noticed. And this is just from the main Black Friday sale. There is the hot deals, more of an indie-centric sale. There's a ton of good stuff on sale as a part of that, and we'll try to cover that a little bit more in depth as well. But right off the top, gotta mention Kingdom Come Deliverance, $2.99 on this. It's not the Royal Edition, which, I do usually recommend trying to pick up the Royal Edition. That goes on sale for $4.50. That'll get you the DLC as well. But if you want to save the $1.50 and just get the base game, it's still a very worthwhile pickup. I love Kingdom Come Deliverance from the historical setting standpoint. I thought that was executed incredibly well, and I think that is going to be the main drawing card for the game to get people interested. I think the gameplay's fairly decent. Performance-wise, could be a little bit better. We do have KCD 2 coming out in February, which RIP Wallets in February, but yeah, for now, if you have yet to check out KCD 1 for $2.99, that's a great deal. Dead Island, the Definitive Collection, is 90% off for $2.99. Hey, they just added Dead Island 2 as a part of PlayStation Plus Extra, but they don't have the original Dead Island, and with the Dead Island Definitive Collection, you get the original. You also get Dead Island Riptide, so you'll get some solid zombie slaying action. Are these games blow away? No, I played them when they initially came out on the PS3 and 360 days, and even back then they were fine zombie slashers, but in today's climate, you're not going into it expecting something revolutionary, and best of all, you're not spending $60 a pop. You're getting both games for $2.99, and I would say for that price point, it's a pretty good time. Next up, we do have the original Risk of Rain, 75% off for $2.49. Risk of Rain and Risk of Rain 2 from a presentation standpoint are quite a bit different, but Risk of Rain 1 is still very much a game worthwhile to play. It's a action platformer with roguelike elements, and roguelikes aren't usually totally up my alley, but the addictiveness of games like this really cannot be understated, and I feel like Risk of Rain had that in spades as well. So definitely another one to check out, especially at this price of $2.49, a worthwhile pickup there. Next up, we have Eiyuden Chronicle Rising. Now, this is $2.99 if you have a Plus subscription. If you don't have a Plus subscription, it's $4.49. $2.99 for Eiyuden Chronicle Rising, I think, is a pretty good deal. This is a game that is the precursor and kind of a setup game for Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes, which is the notable JRPG that came out earlier this year. I've talked about that game quite a bit. I liked it, had some issues though. Eiyuden Chronicle Rising, on the other hand, is more of an action beat-em-up title, and it's done fairly well. Side-scrolling action platformer, beat-em-up, whatever you want to call it. Art style is something that's right up my alley. A bit of a throwback story was pretty decent. The game's not super lengthy, but that's totally fine because this is, again, a setup title for Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes, so check it out, and then go play 100 Heroes as well. Bastion is 80% off for $2.99, which is a tremendous deal. I get it that these days, if you talk about Supergiant games, it's all about Hades, it's all about Hades 2, which is currently in early access. But man, I played Bastion right around the time it came out, and this game is phenomenal, and it has such a great art style that has just aged incredibly gracefully over the years, and on top of that, it's just a really charming game. Now, gameplay-wise, it's fairly basic, especially now in 2024. Back in the day, it was fine and serviceable, and even today, it's fine and serviceable, but it's not something that's gonna blow you away. But the art style, the sound direction, the narration in this game is also fantastic. I don't know who the hell was the narrator for this game, but they did a great job in Bastion. $2.99 for it is fantastic, and I believe they still have the promotion. Yes, if you do buy Bastion, you guys, here's the kicker, you get a PlayStation Vita copy as well, baby. It is a cross-buy game, so dig up that Vita, and you can play Bastion on there as well. So good time to be had with that. Next up, one of the sleeper deals in this sale, Castle Crashers Remastered, you guys, is 85% off for $2.24. Castle Crashers, to me, as far as indie and downloadable games go, an all-time classic by the behemoth. Is it revolutionary? No, but this game emphasizes what video games are supposed to be, and it's supposed to be fun. And it also harkens back to a bygone era, I feel, where games were supposed to be fun party experiences. And not to say there aren't games like that, there absolutely are, but this level of charm, this level of, you know, kind of just soul to it. It has a soul. That's the best way I could describe Castle Crashers. It's just a great game. Not trying to put down games of today, and maybe it's just nostalgia speaking for me because I just felt like this was a game. You know, like some games just feel like it's a holiday-themed game. Good vibes all around. Yes, that's what it is. It is just good vibes all around with Castle Crashers. And you know what? Helldivers 2, I feel like, brought that forth earlier this year as well. So not to say it's completely dead, but I thought Castle Crashers did a great job as a co-op title. Action beat 'em up here. Just a great time. Metal Slug Anthology, 85% off for $2.99 as well. You've got a bevy of Metal Slug titles here with Metal Slug Anthology. Not a franchise that I got super into. However, Metal Slug is incredibly iconic, done by Konami, and it's one of those franchises that a lot of people have a lot of love for. A collection of classic titles, and if you like your run-and-gun action titles, I mean, Metal Slug is going to offer you that, and you got a bunch of games with Anthology as well. $2.99, a pretty good pickup there. Next up, we got Dishonored 2, 90% off for $2.99. I feel like I'm a broken record with Dishonored at this point. It is a tremendous franchise by Arcade. It does my heart a lot of sadness when I think about Arcade now moving away from Dishonored, and instead, Marvel games gonna be marveling. I don't think that makes any sense, but they are moving on to doing Marvel's Blade, which, yo, it's Arcane Leon. I'm sure they'll do a great job with it. It's just, man, Ratchet and Clank hitting the back burner. Resistance is gone as Insomniac is very much focused on Spider-Man as well as Wolverine and all these Marvel projects, you know, with a Ratchet game every once a decade or something like that. You know, it's just unfortunate that a lot of these franchises are getting pushed aside just to so these studios can make Marvel titles, but I get it. That's where the money is. Dishonored is absolutely awesome, though. With Dishonored 2, you do have two playable main characters, Corvo as well as Emily, so it leads to a little bit of replayability. Game itself is great from an action stealth standpoint, a lot of depth to it in terms of how you handle the game and progress throughout the game. You can play it more, you know, cool, calm, collected, and the stealth approach, or you could go action heavy. Either way, you're finna have a great time with it. 90% off for $2.99 is a tremendous pickup. And next up, we got Arcane Austin's Prey 2017. This is also 90% off for $2.99. Tremendous game that is unfortunately criminally underrated. And while Arcane Leon is moving on to do Marvel's Blade, Arcane Austin, after the release of Redfall, just got outright shut down. So these are a pair of games where Dishonored's story isn't that sad because Leon is still around. Arcane Austin's story with Redfall, and prior to that with Prey, kind of depressing to say the least. But Prey was a great first-person shooter, sci-fi atmosphere, and just really well done. An incredibly engrossing world and psychological as well. $2.99 for Prey. Absolutely terrific deal. Would definitely give that a look. Next up, we got Civilization 6. It's 90% off for $2.99. Bear in mind that there is a wealth of downloadable content for this game, and Civ 6 is certainly a game that is more aligned with PC gaming, and you know, it's not the franchise people gravitate towards consoles to play, but if you only play on console, it's still a strategy game to check out for $2.99. Not a bad pickup there. Injustice 2 is $2.99 as well. You know, a fighting game with a lot of iconic characters, and you'll be able to check out all of the DC characters in that. Now, there is a Legendary Edition of this game, and that's the version I usually recommend, but that's not on sale, and right now Injustice 2 is $3, so a decent pickup there as well. Star Wars Bounty Hunter, the classic 2002 release, is 70% off for $2.99. This obviously got remastered recently, and there is another version. Again, it came out from Aspire, had some quality of life improvements and things of that nature, but if you want the original PS2 release on PS4 and playable on PS5, $2.99 for that seems pretty damn good, especially given that Bounty Hunter, the new release by Aspire, isn't going to go on sale for $2.99 anytime sometime in the near future. Probably within, I don't see it being $2.99 within the next 5 years, to be perfectly honest. And then lastly, we do have Huntdown, which is a really well-received throwback action title. You can play the game solo or co-op, pixel graphics, great visual style if you're into that Super Nintendo era of gaming. But yeah, really positive reception as far as this is concerned. 85 on Metacritic, and a lot of action mayhem to be had with Huntdown, especially at this price point of $2.99, a decent pickup there as well. But that's gonna do it for me. Again, a lot of game deals under the price of $3. This isn't even covering everything, and again, when you open the floodgates to the other sale that's running right now, you're throwing in stuff like Shadow Warrior and Shadow Warrior 2, just a ton of great stuff across the board. These were very much on the super cheap side of things, so if you want to check out some games for a couple bucks, here you go with the deals under $3. But that's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Sound off there. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.